Yo, yo, what's up everyone? This is SaberWolf94, and I don't know if you guys know, I mean you should if you're hardcore fans, but we have another set incoming. It's gonna come in November. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember exactly when, but I'm just gonna say it's in November. I think that's pretty safe. It's a pretty safe thing to say. It's gonna be called Crimson Rainbow, or Crimson Invasion in English. I'm not really sure on that either. Yeah, I know. But we're going to review the Japanese sets. In Japan, they come in pairs. Instead of one set, it's two smaller sets. And the first part of the set is called Awakening Hero. So let's look at the cards together. I've looked at a lot of these cards, but um, I don't remember everything. So let's look at Cacturn. Cacnea, I know that he doesn't have anything special. So 110 stage 1 Pokemon, grass. Alright, it'll do. Spike Ran for 1 energy. If your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage counters on, this attack does 60 more damage. So this is similar to a Pokemon that I've really been enjoying, Gliscor from Guardians Rising. But in my opinion, this is better, not only because it actually does more damage. It doesn't need to have damage counters to do something. So, for example, if Gliscor, the opponent's Pokemon doesn't have any damage counters on, you can't do 70, you can't do anything at all. You do 0 damage. This is gonna do 30 anyway, and if they have any damage counters on already, then you do 60 more. So you do 20 more, you do 90, and you don't have that limitation that Gliscor does. So this is better already, and this is really cool. 1 for 90 attack. As I've demonstrated, you can use the Golbats, the Golbat line. You can use probably something like Hoopa from Steam Siege to just do 20 damage to the active Pokemon, 20 to a bench Pokemon, spread damage around, and then basically have a bunch of Pokemon that can function one energy, cheap and quick. So this is kind of cool. Also, Cacturn, a lot of you guys might not know, but a Gen 3 Pokemon, one of my favorite grass type Pokemon, pretty cool. Alright, now the second attack, Hunt. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with uh, his or her active Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage to the new active Pokemon. So this is a pull-up effect, meaning that you choose the Pokemon that you're going to switch, and you do 40 damage to the new active Pokemon. Now I'm pretty sure the ruling is when your opponent doesn't have any other Pokemon, they don't have bench Pokemon, you cannot use this attack. But this is more of a disruption attack. Uh, you're really going to be using Spike Ren for your main attack. So this is a really cool Pokemon. I like it. So we're off to a good start. I do want to say that this set, I'm not really sure if I want to say it's even more broken than, um, damn, what the hell is it called? Burning Shadows. There's a couple of Pokemon that would make you think that, so maybe. There's a couple of GXs that have insanely broken GX attacks. You guys will see it when we get there. But it's really cool. It's a really cool set. So, okay. Carablast. So this Pokemon is very interesting as it takes inspiration from the game. So, I don't know if you guys know, but Shelmet, in order to evolve into whatever the hell it's called, I can't really, the Pokemon doesn't come to mind now, but in order for this guy to evolve, you have to trade it with um, damn it, I don't remember the guys' names. Shell. No, this is Shelmet. All right, so yeah, scratch that. I was thinking that you have to ditch the other dude that evolves into. Oh God, the names just don't come to me right now. But anyway, let's forget about this. So Shell Hat, once during your turn before you attack, you may discard a Shelmet from your hand, and if you do, you can search your deck for a a card that evolves from this Pokemon and use it to evolve this Pokemon. So basically, you ditch a Shelmet in your hand, you ditch another one of these guys, and you can straight up evolve from your deck. That's pretty cool. Now, I'm not really sure how good the evolution is. We're gonna find out. Oh no, wait, this is Carablast, not Shelmet. Right. So, like I was trying to say, but I couldn't remember the names. You ditch Shelmet, the other dude that in the games you have to trade with Carablast for it to evolve. And if you do this, you get to evolve Carablast. Alright. I know this is kind of pathetic, but I don't know, man. Maybe it's the sugar in my brain. I keep saying this. It's like my running joke. But I don't remember a lot of the newer Pokemon. I don't know why. Especially when I think about Black and White. I've played those games enough to remember, but okay, I digress. So let's look at Gagoat. So this Pokemon, 120 Grass, Stage 2. Okay, so it's like Cacturn, but 10 more HP, same retreat, pretty good. Has Sap Sipper, and it's going to do 80 more damage to your opponent's grass Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. And Horn Leech does 80 for 3, and it's double colorless compatible, so it's not that slow of an attack, and you always heal 20 damage from this Pokemon. So this is a good tech for an anti, grass GX or EX Pokemon, because, doing 160 for 3, you put a choice band on, or I guess muscle band and expand it if you want to use that, or just any sorts of add-ons to add on damage, and it can fuck them up really quickly, really easily. So there's another pretty solid Pokemon. At the very least, 3 for 80 is solid. If you attach the choice band, you're doing 110 anyway, so that's a 2-hit knockout on most GXs, I should say. 120 HP, pretty good. Solid Pokemon, like I've said. Okay, now we have Alolan Marowak. So this guy, okay, fire, 100 HP, alright. Fire Dance. Attach a number of fire energy from your discard pile equal to the energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So basically this is a costless attack, so that's a good thing. You attack and you can attach a bunch of fire energy from your discard pile. If your opponent has a lot of energy in his active Pokemon, let's say they have like 3, you get 3 energy. And that's pretty good actually, now that I think about it. I'm not really sure I'm trying to read here. Does it have to be on Marowak? Or you can attach it to your bench Pokemon as well? It doesn't really say. I guess we'll find out. But this is pretty strong because since it's costless, you can straight up power up Burning Boomerang, which is a coin attack. I'm not a fan of these, but you flip 2 coins, does 70 damage times the number of heads. So naturally, if you get 2 heads, 3 for 140 on a stage 1 is good. I can't say that it's not. But if you do just 70 for 1, then it's not that great. But at least if you get 1 tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is burned. So yeah, you guys decide about this card. At least it's self-sufficient. I can say that much. Alright, let's look at Camerupt. So Camerupt, another Pokemon that I really dig. 140 HP stage 1, pretty good. For retreat, not good, but you get the benefits that you guys know you get. Continuous headbutt, it's a flip a coin until you get tails attack. Times the number of heads, you do 80. So these kinds of attacks are like gimmick attacks, high risk, high reward, but if you get a bunch of heads, you can win very cheaply against your opponent this way. I know it sucks when it happens to me, because with just a 3 energy cost, that's also double colorless compatible. If you just get 2 heads, it's doing 160. So that's quite strong. I'm pretty sure this card is a very ideal partner for Victini. Yes, definitely, definitely. And the Searing Flame, a 4 energy cost attack. It's a 120 for 4, DC compatible once again, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So once again, another solid Pokemon. These cards, yeah, they're not gonna be like the tournament meta, probably, but they are good. They are solid as cards. Alright, so we got Starmie. I just want to say that Starmie, man, it's been such a long time since I've seen a really satisfactory Starmie card. Like the closest thing we've had is the Break one, and that was very specific. Its use was very specific, but anyway. Okay, so this Pokemon 90 HP, yeah, not really that great, but it's Starmie. It's pretty natural for this Pokemon to have this kind of amount of HP. 1 retreat, would have been better if it was free. A 1 for 40 attack, at least this is a fast, easy to use attack. And what this thing does, the ability Escape, before you attack, you may shuffle this card and all cards attached to it back into your deck. So I'm sure this is going to have some implications. This is something that it's an ability that doesn't exactly reveal itself. Okay, how am I going to use this? How is this good? But I'm sure it's going to have some implications, maybe some combos you can do. The only thing that this thing can do on its own basically is if it gets damaged and doesn't get knocked out, you can just shuffle it back and prevent your opponent from getting the knockout next turn, get a prize card. It can attack pretty cheap with rapid spin, so who knows, but the damage isn't that good, the HP isn't that great. It'll most likely get knocked out in one hit. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the ability has some implications. Applications, implicate, whatever. You guys know what I mean. I hope at least. Alright, so we have another auxiliary card, but this one isn't a support Pokemon. So Ink Spit, if the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. We usually see this on some basic Pokemon, and damn, some Pokemon even do 10 damage and have this sort of effect. I'm thinking of Gibble, but whatever. So yeah, not that great, but something I suppose. And special rule, there's a 2 for 40 attack, but if you discard a special energy, you have the option to discard a special energy, and if you do, it's going to do 80 more damage, so 120 for 2 and a discard. Now this would have been decent if it was you can discard any energy, but because it's special, I'm thinking, okay, so what am I going to discard? Something like splash energy? You're not going to be stupid enough to put a DC on this guy to do this. Am I right? I don't know. Kind of defeats the purpose. But it can do some good damage, I guess, if you discard a special energy. We do have a few new special energy in this set that maybe you can use. I guess we'll find out and see. But yeah, not the best, but something I guess to work with if you manage to. Okay, Corfish doesn't have anything special about him, but I know Crawdon does. Alright, so this is a stage 1 Pokemon with 110 HP, alright, and it only has one attack, a 4 energy attack, mind you. So Double Nipper does 80 damage for 4, but you discard 2 energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a very powerful energy removal disruption for your opponent. Um, this is actually pretty, this might be an annoyance, this might become a card that's really a pain, but I do like when they do stuff like this sometimes because this isn't something we see every day, and I think it's something that, like I said, it could be very unfair, but it seems very fair too. I mean, 80 for 4 energy, a double discard. It's a stage 1 Pokemon, you know, why not? We'll see what happens. Um, you have the Aqua Patch that you can help power this thing up quick. It probably won't be enough, especially since this is a disruption sort of strategy, not really a get a one-hit knockout sort of strategy. But maybe I guess if you want to an expand it, use this with Blastoise and try a different strategy. Probably not that great, but it's, I mean, compared to using something like keill or a water attacker that gets you one-hit knockouts or close to one-hit knockouts or whatever. But it's something, it's a strong effect. Uh, I think it's kind of fair. It's fair enough. We'll see, like I've said. But if you get this going and they can't kill it and it starts attacking, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt losing 2 energies. Alright, so there's a Shellos here, but no Gastrodon. The Gastrodon comes later on. Okay, so we do have another Alolan Golem line or Geodude line here. And got another Geodude here. Can attack costlessly. Got Graveler. Nothing really special about these guys, but Alolan Golem GX, of course, is gonna have something, right? So a GX Pokemon stage 2, 250 HP. Quite standard, I believe. Got Hammer in, a 3 for 80 attack. Double Colorless compatible, but not that good. Uh, there's so many other Pokemon. I mean, just think about this. Salazzle GX does 110 for 2. Fucking Lycanroc does 110 for 3, and this is even better than Hamrin. And other Pokemon like Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, they just do more damage for the same cost. Darkrai, Machamp, so yeah. So this first attack isn't that good, I have to say. So Super Electromagnetic Tackle. It's a 4 damage, 4 energy attack, 200 damage. Now this is miles and miles better, because this is an instant knockout to a lot of fucking Pokemon. GX Pokemon, mind you. Now you do have to do 50 damage to yourself, but perhaps there's ways to block the damage, or I guess even if you don't, I think it's still good enough. I think, I mean, I suppose if it was 30 or something, it would have been better. 50, it starts to get into the, okay, this is a little too much. Then it's like you're doing 4 for 150, I guess, if you wanna sort of include the damage you do to yourself as a total. I hope you guys understand what I mean. But it's an attack that can put in work. It's an attack that has potential, definitely. These sort of attacks, I mean, think about this. You can use this with Magnezone. You can use this with Vikavolt. Straight up 200 damage is good. And Heavy Rock GX, 4 energy once again, does only 100 damage, but during the next turn your opponent cannot play any cards from their hand. Wow, so this is a very broken ass effect. It basically makes your opponent not being able to do anything besides attack and maybe activate abilities and stuff, things that are already on the field. The field. So this can actually, I guess, is like, it can be even better than paralysis maybe. I don't know. I mean, your opponent can still attack, but they can't do shit. Yeah. So we'll see how this thing goes. It might be not as good as it seems, especially since it's 4 energy. And, you know, you got super electromagnetic tackle here that you're going to be able to, you're going to have to choose between. But I'm sure it's going to come up. It might even have the completely other effect that it's going to get too broken and maybe they'll ban this too. I don't think so, but you never know. It's something that we haven't seen or haven't seen in a long time. I think this reminds me of Dusknoir's Level X. She had an ability like that. I think, I'm not exactly sure, I don't remember. But it was kind of hard to use, but it was like your opponent was like gonna skip the turn and shit like this. I think, I could be completely wrong, but whatever. Uh, Thinking about something else, thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Whatever. But anyway, for retreat, not that good. It's got the metal resistance, alright, you know, pretty standard. Spend enough time on you. Okay, Emolga. Emolga. Looks pretty serious. This is a pretty cute Pokemon, but it's kind of pissed, kind of serious, kind of determined here. It's gonna do shit. It looks like it's like flying. I'm gonna whoop your ass, motherfucker. Anyways, okay, so 60 HP, little basic. It's a small little guy, but it's got some good stuff at least. Got one retreat. Would have been sweeter if it was free, since it's such a small little guy. It's a little squirrel, you guys know, nimble Pokemon. But it's got one retreat anyway. It has a fighting resistance. Okay, I guess maybe it'll fare better against fighting Pokemon to survive. But it's got support attacks like Energy Catch. You get 3 basic energies from your discard pile and put them into your hand. You normally wouldn't want to waste an attack for this kind of effect, especially when there's always energy retrieval and, you know, other support attacks. There's a lot of Pokemon that have good support attacks that, you know, they're not bad. The effect is not bad. It's just you normally wouldn't want to waste your attack on an effect like that. But I mean, sometimes they do come up. So this is something that maybe can come up, but I don't think is that super amazing. Volt Switch, I think, is a little better. It's a 1 for 30 attack, and you switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So it's the hit and switch kind of strategy that we've seen enough times in the past, I would say, with things like Gengar, Kurskar from the DP series. The Gengar, of course, from Phantom Forces was very similar, modeled after that guy. Donphan, of course, that was a big one. And there's probably been other guys too, maybe from the EX series that I can't really think of or know of or remember. But, you know, Tapu Fini has this too. I don't think it's going to be that great, but this thing has it too. It does 10 more damage. Tapu Fini, I think it only does 20. But Tapu Fini is bigger too. This guy's small. So the damage isn't that much like those other guys, but it's only a basic Pokemon. And it's kind of easy to use, so maybe, you never know, some little thing. Alright, and now, cool motherfucker time. So, as you guys can see, there's a Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar line here. Let me look at the small guys first, because put one damage counter on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Okay, standard Ghastly attack. I haven't seen these guys. I know what Gengar does. Put 2 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on. So pretty nice stage 1 attack. Got Haunter here, taking the piss. Alright, and Gengar. So this Pokemon looks cool, of course, Gengar. Probably the coolest ghost type Pokemon, or one of the coolest, no doubt. Looks kind of like it's gonna kidnap somebody from this art. Um, I want to make a joke, but it might be too much, so let's just leave it at that. But anyway, it looks kind of, I should say, suspicious, creepy, sort of, you know, not up to no good kind of thing. So let's just keep it kid-friendly term. But anyway, so this Pokemon, 130 HP, not that amazing these days, but Gengar has always been the type of Pokemon that doesn't really hit the HP cap of the format. You know, is not going to hit. It wasn't hitting like 140 and 130 HP back when the standard was 130. Right now, the standard is more like 150. It's obviously not going to hit that. I think the previous one may have had 140, the one in Breakthrough, but I could be completely wrong. Maybe it was 130. But anyway, more than likely. But this Pokemon, 130 HP, Not super cool, like I've said, but it's not lame either. It's enough to work with, probably. It doesn't have any retreat, which is cool. Something that makes sense on Gengar, if you ask me. Got the fire resistance, kinda handy. Used to have the colorless one, but now we got fighting. Weak to dark, standard also. So this Pokemon has an ability, Eroded Curse. As long as it's in play, when your opponent attaches an energy from their hand as many times, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So usually this kind of ability that the opponent's Pokemon get hit with damage when you attach energy to them goes to Ampharos. That's the Pokemon that comes to mind, at least. It had quite a few prints that have this kind of thing, but this is even stronger because it's not limited to basic Pokemon. It's not limited to stage Pokemon or, I don't know, EX Pokemon or any other limitations. It's just, it doesn't have to be active. It's just as long as it's in play, if they attach energy from their hand, either with an effect or manually, you put 2 damage counters. So this is actually a very um, good tech against something like Magnetism that I love so much. So one of my favorite Pokemon is gonna fuck me up. For example, like if I want to attach 3 energies on something like Raikou straight up, I'm gonna have to do 60 damage on it. You know, you can't really block it. It's basically effect damage. You put damage on, it's put damage counters, and you're really softening up your dudes. I mean, shit. Just think about if doing this on something like Rayquaza EX. So this is very strong. Um, just because of this, it might make a good tech, or it might be a deck for itself. Because even if you don't play an energy acceleration deck like that, I mean, shit, uh, it can fuck with you anyways. Vikavolt is unaffected actually, which is, I guess, another merit for that Pokemon. Is gonna be even better maybe now that this is out. But this is definitely a very strong ability, a worthy ability on Gengar, I guess. And the attack, Darkness. I'm thinking of UKGX now, but whatever. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. It's a 3 for 70 attack with instant confusion. I guess it's a decent little attack. This Pokemon is going to be more of a support, is going to have more of a supporting role. But it's still something that I guess you can use. DC compatible to auto confusion. Good enough. Alright, so let's look at Chimecho. Only has one thing. During your opponent's next turn, they cannot play a Pokemon with abilities, and it does 10 for 1. So another I guess, hate Pokemon ability, Disruption attack. Could be good, not gonna lie. You start with this early and start attacking with it, maybe you can fuck your opponent. It's gonna be enough to fuck them up, just this. Never know. Pumpkaboo. Let's check you real quick. Just shuffle attack from the hand, alright. So Gorgeist. Okay, so 120 HP stage 1, once again 3 retreat. Alright. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. No damage though. That sucks. And Pumpkin Bomb. Before doing damage, you may discard as many Pokemon tools as you wish. Does 40 damage for each discarded Pokemon tool. Wow. So automatically this comes in mind as an expanded deck. So you can use it with uh oh my god, yeah, Sigilyph, or Sigilyph, yeah, that's what it's called. Uh, that lets you have as many tools as you want, or I think the limit is up to 4 tools on it, something like that. It was used with Trubbish that had a toolbox kind of attack. Yeah, toolbox was the name of the attack, but anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking of this because I guess if you discard like only 3 tools, it's 130 for 2. So maybe. Wow, this can actually have pretty good damage actually. It can do some fuckloads of damage. Now the downside is, I'm thinking, is how the hell are you gonna recycle all those tools again? You can't have like a million tools in your deck and add a million tools every turn anyway. So yeah, this is actually a very big drawback. But I think it's an attack that we haven't seen ever, or if we did see it, it was probably like in an era like DP or the EX series where there wasn't really, maybe you could do this like once and that's it. So yeah, an interesting attack. Maybe it has potential, but people are gonna have to think of ways to recover and keep using that momentum. Maybe you can use this as a backup attacker or something, but it's nice. The art is cool too. I like it. Um, Gorgeist isn't by no means one of my favorite ghost type Pokemon, but looks pretty Castlevania-like here. Alright, so we got Salandit now, right? Nothing special for your ass. Come on. So another Salazzle. We've been getting a lot of Salazzle cards here. I mean, I get it. It's probably one of the more popular Pokemon from 7th Gen, but, you know, give me something else. Right, so 110 HP Pokemon, 1 retreat. Nasty plot. Search your deck for 2 cards, put them in your hand. Wow, strong as fuck. Consistency card, but it is so outclassed by Talonflame in almost every way. I mean, yeah, you can use this like after the first turn if you want to, but unless you're Jason Klaczynski, if you have to do stuff like this in the middle of the game, attack to search cards and stuff, you're probably not in a very good position. Like I've said, these attacks by no means are useless. They can come up, they can give you a lot of useful effects that could win you the game actually, save your ass and stuff, get you back in the game. But like I always say, you want these types of effects on basic Pokemon, on support Pokemon in the beginning, things of that nature. Now, of course, if there was a Pokemon like that, just a basic Pokemon that straight up had this effect, it would have been broken. So with moderation, like I've said, it depends. And Bat Poison, the opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, put 4 damage counters instead of 1 between turns. So this is a much better attack, poison strategy. So basically it's going to be a 1 for 40 if your opponent doesn't switch. It has become 1 for 80. So this is almost like, yeah, it's the same attack that Crobat Prime does, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so kind of good. You can do all sorts of strategies with poison, as you guys know. So this might be not as bad because, you know, you're gonna use the bad poison attack. So to use this as, you know, your main poison Pokemon. And then maybe you have Nasty Plot if you want to fall back on that. So yeah, so this is a very good card. I'll take back what I've said. So, about the first attack. So this is also something that matters. A lot of the times that if the Pokemon has another use, like it can handle its own and has this support attack that maybe it can come up, that's also good. That makes it good. So like I've said, you can use Bat Poison, use this Pokemon as your main strategy, and also have Nasty Plot to fall back on. So pretty cool, pretty good. So there's the Cubone here. For some reason they put it here instead of next to Alolan Marowak, and there's Gastrodon too. This Pokemon isn't very good. The art is kind of crap too. I do like the background, but the Gastrodons look pretty crap, to say the least. But alright, so Weird Sap. Opponent's active Pokemon is not confused, does 2 for 30. Not cool. Earthquake, 120 for 3, and does 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. Yeah, not that amazing. 3 retreat. Only the HP is kind of good. Okay, so we finally get to some heavy shit. Ferromosa GX. Alright. Come on, hurry up. So this Pokemon is a GX Pokemon, of course, the first one we've seen, one of the Ultra Beasts. Um, for the record, I did like the Ultra Beast concept and the concept of a lot of legendaries like a Diamond and Pearl. I'm a fan of that shit, but I want them to be more hidden, more mysterious, more not part of the story, but you know, it was cool. Didn't like the fact that there were a bunch of in the game, like you could get like two of these guys, for example, in the game. Doesn't make them that special. I want them to be like legendaries, but whatever, okay. I digress too much. So Pheromosa GX, 190 HP, pretty cool, pretty good. This is strong. It's got 3 attacks, naturally. So Jet Punch does 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it has to be on the bench, and it's only 30. So this is immediately inferior to Landorus EX. So yeah, anti-power creep. But, you know, it is what it is. That Pokemon was very broken. But, you know, something like Landorus EX did this better. So the first attack isn't that amazing. And then we have Knuckles Impact, Knuckle Impact. So 160 for 3, this Pokemon can attack during your next turn. So it's kind of like Lapras GX's attack, but it needs 3 colors instead of 2. I think Lapras needed 2 water and 1 colorless, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was straight up 3. It doesn't matter, very good attack. There's always ways to bypass the you can attack next turn shit, especially since this is a fighting Pokemon. All you need is just 1 strong energy, and you're in that 180, you know, damage number. You're hitting that sort of a number that fucks things up in 1 hit. As opposed to these days, a lot of the GX Pokemon, not really EX Pokemon, have 190 HP, but, you know, still, you just attach a fucking choice band and you do the same shit. So pretty good. And either way, if you have a bunch of strong energies on this, it is killing GX Pokemon like the stage 1's ones too. No problems. You know, with a little support, you can even take care of stage 2 GXs. So good attack for sure. And then we have Absorption GX. This is even stronger. This is pretty much a straight up, probably more broken attack than Gallade from Secret Wonders. Now, many of you may not know that Pokemon, but that fucking attack that it had was power creep like miles uh, good for its time, like the damage it did. So this is very similar. It does 40 damage for each of your remaining prize cards. So 40 times 6, that's 240 for 3. That is insane. That is very good. Um, yeah. It's kind of like the opposite of what Salazzle GX does, but is incredibly strong. Now, you have to do this early. Even if you take 1 prize, it's going to do 200, which is more than enough. I mean, shit, you know. So you have that option too. But yeah, you want to do this like early and just straight up get an easy prize, get an easy kill of anything with this. So definitely a worthwhile GX attack to use. It will not disappoint. I can't think of this attack of being disappointing because it's just easy. You just know, okay, the game just started. I'm gonna use the GX attack early as fuck on a fucking EX or GX Pokemon. Get some easy shit like this. Now, maybe it's overkill. Maybe your opponent doesn't really have Pokemon with 240 HP. Maybe it's just 200 and shit. But it's still a very good attack. Weak to Psychic, standard, just to retreat cost. It's a very good Pokemon. I'm sure it's gonna see play. We got Molly, a Pokemon that I really dig too. Looks kind of neat. Not the best looking, but it's neat. Call for Family. You guys know what this thing does. Get 2 basics, put them on your bench. And Crunch is just 30 for 2. Flip a coin if he has this card energy. Alright, so here's more stuff that I like. The Aaron Agron line. Shout out to Steven. Gotta love Steven. Gotta love Metagross, Aggron, all that good stuff. 3rd generation Steel Pokemon. Okay, there's nothing special about you. Let's look at Lairon. nothing special about you either. These guys do look cool, the art. But Aggron is the main cool guy here. So this Pokemon, 170 HP stage 2, so the standard is getting higher and higher as you guys can see. I mean, man, maybe the standard now is going to be 160 instead of 150. But this is straight up, has as much as HP as a lot of EX Pokemon have. Like, think of all the 170 X's that we've had. There's a stage 2 Pokemon, and that's it. So 170 HP, very good. Now, it has a big ass retreat cost, because of course it would, since it's Aggron. But, you know, you don't want me to repeat the same heavy ball shit. It's got the psychic resistance too, which is pretty universal for steel metal Pokemon. Alright, weak to fire. Looks like it's never gonna change, but whatever. Okay, so 2 attacks. Revenge Cannon. It's 3 for 10, but does 10 more damage for each damage counted on each of your bench Pokemon. So you can use some strategies with this. Maybe you can use the Duck Trio that does 1 for 16, hits your bench, or other Pokemon that do this kind of thing. If you have a bunch of damaged guys, the damage can really add up. It's like the opposite of Honchkro's attack from Guardians Rising that does more damage depending on all the damage counters your opponent's Pokemon have. Now this costs more, but because you have more control over it, it can be easier to use, maybe even stronger, and it's double colorless compatible too anyway, so yeah, kind of good. Um, it has potential, it definitely has potential. Now obviously you really don't want to, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a big ass Pokemon like that if it's going to be damaged and stuff, because it is going to be part of the gang. There's a good chance you might have a bunch of stage 2 Aggrons out set up, but I guess maybe that's why it helps to have all this HP as well. And Buster Swing, a 1 for 20 4 energy attack, not affected by resistance. It's just standard at this point. When you have Kindra that does the same shit with 1 energy, it's kind of pathetic to do this for 4, but I guess if you want a straight up attack, no strings attached, uh, yeah, that was so sexual. No, I guess, drawbacks, just straight up damage, and has the not affected by resistance effect if there's any Pokemon that resists metal at this point. But anyway, you got this. But if I'm going to be honest, if this Pokemon is going to see play and have a deck centered around it, you're going to have to focus on Revenge Cannon somehow. So one of the better Aggron cards. We don't get good Aggron cards these days, so the last good ones were pretty much in the EX era, I think. So yeah. Well, there was the deck out one from Dragon's Exalted, but anyway. Alright, so let's look at Registeel. Pretty cool. I don't know what the Aether motherfucker is doing there with him, but yeah, I'm glad the Regitrue is getting represented. One of my favorites. Just thought I'd mention that. So I do want to say all of the Regis are going to be in these sets and they work with each other. You will be able to make a Regi-like Regi deck. It's very real. It's a very real deck. You guys will see. So first of all, we got Registeel here. 130 HP, standard, very good. You got 3 retreat. That's fine, is Registeel. It's supposed to be heavy, even though the metal is supposed to be empty. Psychic resistance, weak to fire, standard things. So this Pokemon has 2 attacks, Turbo Arm, a 1 for 30, automatically good. And you move 1 basic energy, well, you get 1 basic energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. So this is basically Eviltal, the basic Eviltal's attack, fucking Landorus' attack, even though it was slightly weaker. Raikou from Shiny Legends also has this, and I've said it's good. It's basically the same shit. Very good energy acceleration from discard pile on a big basic Pokemon with a cheap cost that does damage too. So this is very good. It's actually probably the best version of this type of attack because Like Landoros, you can grab any energy, but it does 30 damage instead of 20, just like Eviltal and the other dudes. So this is very good, and you'll see it's going to be of great help, very necessary for your Regis. And once you get going, you can use Steel Fist, does 90 for 3, and if you have a Regice on your bench, heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So already you can see that these guys involve each other. Registeel is already involving Regice. You'll see that the other dudes also involve the other Regis. Pretty good. Like I've said, I don't know what the hell the Aether dude is here, but it's alright art, I guess. Okay, Scavalier, this is what this thing was called. So this is what the Carablast evolves into. I know this Pokemon is just, maybe when I'm doing these videos, I just forget shit. I can't think the correct way. So 120, the stats standard. I'm not gonna waste time with them. You guys can, I'm pretty sure you guys can understand. Um, Fury attack, flip 3 coins, 30 damage times the number of heads. Since it's only 1 energy, I guess it's alright. You're gonna need to hit 2 for it to be a little decent, but it is what it is. And Iron Tackle, 130 for 3, but you do 30 damage to yourself. That's pretty solid damage for 3, but doing 30 damage on a Pokemon with 120 HP, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I guess maybe it's usable. We'll see, you never know. But the damage is kind of good, I guess, whatever. Nothing that special. But now we're gonna get to the opposite of that. Fucking Kartana GX. One of the cooler and admittedly more broken Ultra Beasts in the games. I haven't really done much competitive battling for many years. Every year I say I'm gonna do, but I never do. Like I prepare Pokemon and just start to, okay, I'm gonna prepare for the meta and, just keep up with the times. And by the time I do this, it's too late and I don't have time and I don't play and whatever. Still digressing. But anyway, as a card, this Pokemon is fucking broken. Uh, Pretty much just because of Slash GX. But let's look at the other stuff first. So 170 HP for a GX. That's not exactly, it's kind of low to be honest. If it had 1 retreat, I would have completely forgiven it. But because it has 1, it's kind of a step back. But whatever, maybe they try to, cut points from it because they know how broken Slash GX is. So cut down. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to your bench, discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. This might come up. This is good. It will not always be relevant, but it's something good to have around. You never know when it's going to come up. It's basically Enhance Hammer. You don't have to waste space for that shit. So, cool. Then you have Gale, 3 for 70 attack, and you have the option of shuffling this dude and all cards. Attached it back into your deck. So, similarly with what I've said with Starmie, this doesn't seem like it's useful on paper, but it has ways it can if it can combo with cards, and there's strategies that this kind of effect might be crucial to that strategy, and it can make a broken concept a very useful, very real competitive concept. Usually they're gimmicks. I mean, we did have the Flygon Dusknoir and Axelgor. Yeah, that's what that Shelmet evolves into, Axelgor thing, but I don't know. But I guess this is the effect. When it comes to damage, though, 70 for 3, even though it's DCE compatible, not good. The only thing that's fucking broken with this card, that maybe you can just straight up use this card in your deck just for this, is Slash GX. It's just take a prize card. That's it. Straight up, take a fucking prize card. Nothing, no strings attached. Once again, I'm using that. Uh, No, not really any drawback. You just straight up take a prize card. Now, I do want to say This does not knock out a Pokemon. It doesn't say like straight up knock out a Pokemon like Darkrai GX. I was thinking about that dude when I first saw of Slash GX because I'm thinking, okay, this is straight up knock out anything as long as it has poison or something. It just needs a special condition to just knock something out. You can straight up get 2 prizes easily off of that. But in that case, you get rid of a Pokemon. And now this, you will always get 1 prize card, not 2. But it's still, I mean, you just straight up draw a prize. You don't get rid of an opponent's threat, but I mean, come on, it's just straight up take a prize card. You can use this early, you can use it late in the game to win. It's fucking good. It's fucking too good, man. Um, I will not be surprised if this is used straight up just so okay, I'm just gonna use this Pokemon just to use the fucking GX attack. Especially if you're running a metal deck where you are already gonna be running metal energies. Yeah, broken shit. That's basically the only thing it has. Cut down, the ability can also be useful. Maybe Gale is gonna end up becoming great too, and this Pokemon ends up being a broken meta card worth $80 and shit. You never know. The ability is decent, is very real, is very good. Gale has the potential to do stuff, and a Slash GX is straight up broken. So you never know. Um, this card, just because of Slash GX, I will say do not ignore this card. Uh, it's a steel Pokemon, metal Pokemon, so fire weakness, psychic resistance, yeah, standard things. Okay. Let me look at 4th generation bird, Staraptor. Let's look at the younger guys. They don't have anything special. This art looks pretty good on Staravia though, I'll admit. Oh, come on, what the hell? Going too early. Went too much back. Okay, so Staraptor. I know what this thing does. Typical bird. Okay, so cool art, I guess. Basically functions on DCEs. You just put one DCE for the first attack and another DCE for the second attack, I guess. So weakness to lightning, resistance to fighting, standard. Unfortunately, does have a 1 retreat cost. Would have been good if it was free, since it's a flyer. But whatever. So clutch, it just does 50. Your opponent can retreat. It's alright, I guess, since you can use DCE on it. It's alright. Uh, Sky Hunting, it's 4 for 120 attack. Because it's DCEs, once again, it's just colorless. It's easy to use. Maybe I'll give it a pass too. Like I've said, there's things that do the same damage more efficiently and much more quickly. But, you know, it's alright. Uh, it has an effect too. If you knock out a Pokemon with this attack, you have to switch this guy. So maybe that's good. Maybe I guess it's an effect. Maybe sometimes you don't want to do that. But this is the effect. 140 HP. I guess it's kind of low, but it is what it is. Alright, Regigigas. So this is the second dude of the Regi. Well, it's not part of the Regi trio, it's the Regi boss. But yeah, this is the Regi boss, isn't so we go from Regi still straight to the boss. So this is a basic ass Pokemon with 180 HP. So you might be thinking, wow, well, this is some fucking good shit. Is it straight up just gonna be like this, or does it have you know, the Regigigas bullshit that it's gonna have some drawbacks? And it does. I mean, even though it has this fucking sort of side effect, I feel like this is still a good Pokemon. This is the Regi strategy might become real. So 180 HP, basic colorless Pokemon. For retreat cost, fucking a lot, but that's what we got. Weak to fighting, what would it be weak to? So Old Seal, if you do not have Regirock, Regice, or Registeel on your bench, this Pokemon can't use attacks. It only has one attack, but who knows? Maybe they'll make a break Reggie fucking Reggie Gigaslate, or I don't know, fucking something like that. You never know what they're gonna do. Cause the break concept did come completely as a surprise, and when it came in Breakthrough, we didn't see it coming. But anyway, so unlike other old Regigigases from DP, this isn't as difficult as other bullshit abilities that blocked it. If you just need to have those guys in the bench, is perfectly possible, I think. We got Bridget, we got a lot of shit. It's fucking easy, I think. And it only has one attack. Giant Stomp is 160 for fucking 5 energy. And you always discard any stadium card in play. So 160 is good damage, and with choice band and shit, you can do stuff. If it was 4, it would have been very reasonable. Because it's 5, I'm a little wary if this card can be good. But thing is, there's Registeel, and he can grab you the energies, to be honest. Once you see Regirock 2, you might understand that this is more real. This isn't as far-fetched as it seems. The art is fantastically cool. This is a very good Regigigas card that really reminds me of the Pokedex entries of saying this Pokemon moved continents and stuff. Really cool. If only it was as broken as it should have been in the games too. The way they describe it and shit. Uh, I hope someday they increase its stat total or something, but whatever. I keep talking shit when this video is gonna be late as fuck. I talk shit about the video games, anyways. Alright. Cinchino, whatever. I know this guy too. Okay, so this art is cute. I'm not a big fan of art like this a lot of the times. This sort of, I guess, kind of like, I don't know how to describe this art, but whatever, kind of magazine art, I guess, sticker art, whatever, anyway. So since Kino, this is kind of like a gimmick, fun Pokemon to use, only has one thing that can do it. Terrible pleading. So you basically search your disc pile for 2 cards and show them to your opponent. Pick one card and ask your opponent if you can put it in your hand. If you can, you straight up get the card. If he doesn't let you, you do 80 damage for 1. So basically that's it. This is straight up just attack to recover any card from the discard pile, so already this isn't that great. But if your opponent really doesn't want you to get the card, you can just do 80 for 1. And maybe that's better. So that's about it. Nothing really special. This is more of a fun card, I guess. Maybe it can be used, but there's not much I can say. Well, there is stuff I could say, but we don't want to waste a lot of time on these cards. Alright, so we got Civilly GX. Not really a fan of this artificial Pokemon. I guess because it's artificial, I forgive it more, but you know, this is basically an Arceus ripoff shit. But whatever. Okay, they definitely did it more right, TCG wise. I do think this sort of strategy in the TCG is better with this guy instead of what they did with Arceus all the way in the Platinum Arceus set. So basically this is a Stage 1 GX Pokemon. It is colorless, but you see later on that it has these sort of memories just like in the game, disk drives or whatever, and you attach them as tools and it gets the type corresponding to that tool. So you'll be able to hit for weakness with these things. Obviously you won't be able to cover for everything, but this straight up can make you tech your deck for anything that's popular and always hit for weakness. And this is quite good. I think this card has potential, even though I don't like it as a Pokemon. So yeah, already it has a good ability, Gyro Unit. Each of your basic Pokemon has no retreat cost. Straight the fuck up. This is good. It's not going to help it, but it's going to help other Pokemon that you have. Turbo Drive. Move a basic energy from your discard pile onto one of your bench Pokemon. So this is like 1 for 20 attack. You can use DCEs, you can use any energy. Very good. And it has the grab an energy from the discard pile, attach it to one of your bench Pokemon effect. This is good. It's not a cheap attack, but it's a good effect on an otherwise solid attack. So this is a very good attack, straight up, Turbo Drive. It's an easy attack to just keep using over and over rely on. No problems here. So because of this Pokemon, yeah, because of the drives in this is straight up a very playable card, I feel. Just gonna say this straight up. Rebellion GX. The GX attack isn't that great. It's basically the same thing as Lycanroc GX's attack, but it needs one more. Now, granted, you can use any energy. You don't need fighting with that dude. But it costs one more. But hey, it's got other benefits, other shit. And like I've said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a playable Pokemon because of the memories. I feel like it makes sense for people, clever people, to use this kind of Pokemon. But yeah, 210 HP is also better than Lycanroc's. It's got the same retreat cost, weak to fighting. Good Pokemon, for sure. So that's all the Pokemon. Here are the memories too. We got the Psychic memory. Yeah, if Civily or Civily GX has this, it becomes Psychic type. So you can use this on basic Civilis too. Or stage regular, like non-GX Civilis. Okay. So we got two memories so far, Psychic memory and Fighting memory. So I guess maybe one problem is maybe if they're gonna release the memories like in parts, maybe by the time they release the correct memories, uh, the Pokemon that maybe you want to hit for weakness that are meta will not be meta, or they are meta and you don't have the memories. So I guess maybe that's something to think about. But I do think this Pokemon is going to be good. I mean, Psychic and Fighting, you can hit a lot of good shit for weakness with this. I mean, you can hit Espeon GX with this. Fighting, you can hit shit with this. Okay, so let's look at something new, something that we haven't seen ever, or I guess a while, I guess maybe. So the counter cards. So this is Counter Catcher. So switch your opponent's active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. But, I mean, it doesn't say anything here, but I'm pretty sure I read this before and on other counter cards. For these cards to be able to work, you need to be down in prizes. If you're down in prizes, you can use them. And they basically have the auto effects of cards like Scoop Up and Pokemon Catcher / Gust of Wind. Um, things like double rainbow energy. You guys will see it. I'm spoiling stuff. But anyways, we got targeting red card. Look at your opponent's hand. You may make your opponent shuffle their hand into their deck, and then your opponent draws the same amount of cards as they were in the hand. So maybe this can be good. It's not exactly like red card, but maybe it's better. Maybe if your opponent has a crap hand, or you see their hand, and you know, okay, you have this kind of hand. If I have this locking strategy, I'm going to lock this thing out of your hand. So this can be a good card. Nice little item. Maybe it's going to have use. Not in every deck, but it's a card. It exists, as I say. Okay, so supporter time. Got Gladion, Gladion. Uh, emo motherfucker. Okay. I never understood what the fuck is this thing that he does with the hand. He doesn't do it now, but in the game, he does it where he holds his fucking hand like it's got fucking something in it, like it's possessed or whatever. But anyway. So this guy is more of a gimmick dude. I don't see how you're gonna use this to advance your game state. basically you look at one of your face down prize cards and you can grab that prize card and put this guy as the prize card. So if you basically use your supporter for the turn to get one of your prize cards and grab it. Uh, you can't look at all of them, so the one that you look, you have to pick up as well. And yeah, so it becomes like any card of your prizes, but you use your supporter for that turn. And then I guess you know that, okay, Gladian is there, and I don't know why you would want to get it to just look at another one of your prize cards and rinse and repeat, but I guess you can. But yeah, I I don't see how this card. It's just you also give information of your to your opponent about your prizes, and some things can take advantage of that. So I don't feel this card is good at all. This might even be the worst supporter from Sun and Moon, straight up. Now, if I'm fucking wrong as fuck and there's a strategy with this, I'm okay, I'm gonna take it back. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I know everything. But this is by no means like Lysander's trump card. I remember Puka thought that card was not gonna be good at all, but that was long before things like Shaming X came out that made the card very good. This, I think, is always gonna be shit, but you never know. Here are the full arts. Let's just take a look at them really quick, because I'm wasting a lot of time here. They look pretty fucking good. They look better than the full arts we have so far, I think. I prefer this sort of style, I think. Let's look at Gladiator. There he is. He's doing the hold hand shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I can think all sorts of memes and shit to say about that, but I won't. The counter catcher does come as gold. You can see here on Cerebi, it doesn't say shit that you have to be down in prizes, but I'm pretty sure that's the effect. And got the metal gold energy secret rare. Alright, and warp energy, it says here, but no art and shit. When are we into... Okay, it doesn't say anything here, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be warp energy like it was in I think it was Majestic Dawn. Yeah, anyways, let's not waste any more time. I think I wasted enough. Let's look at the second Japanese mini set, Ultra Dimensional Beast. Okay, so here we got Weedle, nothing special. Kakuna, nothing special. Oh wait, no. It says search your deck for Kakuna and put it on your bench. So maybe if you get stuck with this fucker, I mean, you'd be in a shit position if you're in this, yeah, position, but you can get a, I guess, a Kakuna, so maybe you won't die yet. Beedrill, alright. So if this Pokemon level off from Kakuna this turn, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned and paralyzed. Alright, so scoop up slash devolution spray strategies here. I'd rather have the old school Beedrill strategy from, I think, Rise and Rivals or Great Encounters, whatever, but yeah, it's a bug Pokemon, so not really gonna care too much. But yeah, this is just this devolution spray, scoop up strategies, stuff like that. It only does 10 damage. I mean, at least you have sharp edges. This is a straight up 1 for 60 attack, but I mean, this is a stage 2. If you're gonna do, you want to do um, a quick 1 energy attack for lots of damage, you go with Kindra. And I mean, fuck, even like Superior, I mean, it's not gonna last as long as this, but even Superior does more, and it's got more HP, and it's also grass. Anyway, whatever. You got the execute here. Nothing special, but a Alolan Executor is far from it, not being special. And there's Shelmet here. Nice little art. Looks better here. The little cartoon sticker art, whatever. There's Excelgor too. Yeah. What the fuck do you do this time? Are you gonna be a bitch? Okay, you just have a speed attack, 2 for 70. Alright, okay. And self-renewal. Discard 1 energy attached to this Pokemon. Heal all damage from this Pokemon. Okay, yeah, you're not gonna be like the bitch you were before. But, you know, it does 2 for 70 at least. And I guess if he doesn't die by some miracle, you can heal all the damage from him. Anyway, let's look at Magikarp. Wow. They made it look like this Magikarp is big as fuck the way it jumps in the water here. Super Jump Magikarp. Super Mario Magikarp. Whatever. Okay, so this is a 30 HP basic Pokemon. You know Magikarp has been the laughingstock for years, but you guys know it evolves in Gyarados, and Gyarados are usually fucking good. This one is gonna be good too. But you know what? Look at this. It has an ability for once. So Divinder, as long as this Pokemon is on the bench, it will receive no damage. So the way it's worded here, I'm not sure if it's gonna be straight up just, you know, attack damage, or if it's immune to even like put damage counters on shit damage. So like if Espeon wants to use the GX attack, even that is not gonna put damage counters on this dude. And you know, things like from Gengar that we saw earlier, and other, you know, effect damage sort of put damage counters on. If this is like that, it's kind of strong, it's good. It means Magikarp is always gonna be safe as long as it's on the bench, unless they block its ability. And it's got a 3 fucking energy attack, wow. But Rapid Evolution, search your deck for a Pokemon that evolves from this card and then evolve it. So I guess if this dude lasted, if you, I guess, attach the Water Energy and a DCE, and you promoted it, and you attacked, you're gonna evolve. If you had no way to get Gyarados, yeah, you don't want to do that, but I guess it's there. I mean, it would have been better if it had like a Rage or something, to be honest, like it usually does. Memory Berry strategies. Alright, so this is Magikarp, you guys know. The ability is very good at least. It's gonna be useful on the bench. You don't have to worry too much. You don't have to use Mime with these guys then. I feel it will be pointless, it'd be redundant to use Mime, so that's good. So we got Gyarados GX. So I think this is the strongest Stage 1 GX in terms of HP, has 240. Gyarados has always been one of the Stage 1 Pokemon that have very good HP, like not Wayload good, but you know it's in it comes in the sort of zone that the Stage 2 Pokemon have, which is good. Um, I mean, it's never going to be like the Stormfront Gyarados, but whatever. Well, I mean, I guess the one in Burning Shadows is 150. Anyways, alright. So this Pokemon has 3 attacks. Waterfall, 70 for 3. That's even worse than the one that Alolan Golem GX has. Not gonna be cool, I think, but it's a stage 1 too, damn it, so yeah, that kinda sucks. Draco Disaster is a very big ass energy attack. 5 energy, shit. And it's basically the same fucking attack that Primal Groudon does, but costs 1 more energy. But I guess has more colorless spots, so maybe you can use more DCEs and, well, use DCEs. Power it up quicker, I don't know. It's very costly. It's gonna be tough to power this up. But if there's a stadium in play, this attack is gonna do 100 more damage, and then you discard that stadium. It's gonna be 200 total. You can work with this damage, definitely, but the cost is too big. If it was 4 energies, it would have been more reasonable. It would have been hard to use then too, but I think this Pokemon might have potential. Let's look at the GX attack too. So discard all energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon one by one. Wow, I like how they worded this. So this is a broken ass, even more broken GX attack than fucking Salazzle GX. Instead of full ham energy removal shit on your active opponent's Pokemon, this is gonna discard everything your opponent has. Wow. So maybe I guess you'll use this just for this. Maybe, I don't know. So this can be devastating if you time it right, but sometimes it might not even matter. I guess in a lot of cases, this won't be good if your opponent uses Pokemon that function on one energy, or they ditch energy and stuff when they attack, or if they've straight up a strategy like Ray Eels or Bronzong, they basically focus on grabbing the energy from the discard pile, then this isn't good, but of course, you know, it has amazing use for sure. So, looking at this Gyarados, I thought it was, I remember it being better when I first saw it. I guess I was wrong. It's alright. I mean, if you can power up Draco Disaster, it is a reliable attack to use, but it won't be easy. The best thing about it is pretty much the HP. Tidal Storm GX, yeah, it's great too, only one energy as well, but I don't know, like, it definitely has potential. I like that all the GXs, most of them, they're good enough, they're usually good enough, just like the EX era, the original EX era, where everything kind of has a chance. There's obviously stuff that is obviously better than everything, but it's workable. It's not like it's useless as shit, like most of the stuff were in when you were getting black and white sets. Uh, for a treat sucks, and it was weak to lightning, standard for Gyarados. Okay, we got Swine up here. Nothing special. What the fuck? It looks kind of cold over there. Same here with Piloswine. Alright. So Mamoswine. I remember I read this card too. And I don't know how I feel about this card. I really don't. So this is the first 180 HP Stage 2 Pokemon. So scratch what I've said with Aggron. It goes even further than this. I mean, I remember I saw Aggron and felt the same way, like I told you guys. Like, oh yeah, 170 HP Pokemon are hitting that standard. But I mean, this dude, then you see 180, you're thinking, wow. Okay, so this Pokemon has 180 HP, and he's gonna need it if you're gonna use the second attack. So the first attack, double stump, flip 2 coins, does 30 damage for each heads. If you get both heads, it's 120 for 3. Perhaps it's alright. If you just get one, it's 90, whatever. And if you don't get any heads, 60 for 3, shit. Like I said, these attacks are not cool, but this is double stomp here. So forcible tackle. Okay. So this is a 4 energy attack that does 90 damage, but you can place up to 9 damage counters on this Pokemon. So you can do straight up 90 damage on this dude, and because it's place 90 damage, I think if you use this and expand it and use something like, what's that called, the cube, protection cube or whatever, it wouldn't work with him, and I guess maybe it kind of sucks because it would have been cool, but maybe it would be broken, but I don't think so. The reason is because if you do all this self-damage, this thing does 10 more damage for each damage counter you add at this Pokemon. So if you do the maximum damage, 9, you can straight up do 180 for 4 energy. So this is good. This is, well, not necessarily good since you're doing all this damage to yourself, but it's damage that you can use to get one-hit knockouts, and that is the good thing. I'm thinking if there's ways to combine this with Choice Band and other ways, other add-on damage, and perhaps maybe if you do like 30 or 40 damage, since it has 180 HP, it won't be as bad. But then if you just do this little damage, it just does like 120 and 130 for 4 anyways, and that's shit as well. Like, other Pokemon do this better. Other Pokemon are already bad, doing 120 and 130 for 4, and they do it better than this. So if you're gonna use this, you have to go all out and just do shitloads of damage. I think at least like 150 or 160 before Choice Band and other add-ons, so you can get one-hit knockouts. But yeah, the self-damage is gonna hurt. If you have a way to mitigate it, get rid of it, it could be something to think about, but I don't know. The art is great, looks pretty cool. Mamoswine kind of reminded me of Ice Age, to be honest now, but whatever. Definitely 180 HP is good. Forcible tackle can fuck opponents up. It's just the self damage is too much, I think. I wish it was just like you always do 180 damage and this Pokemon always does like 50 or 40 damage to it. It would have been, it probably wouldn't have been meta anyway, but it would have been cool this way. Uh, I don't know. He's there. Okay, so let's look at Feebas. Uh, Shitty little fish. Looks pretty shitty there, but that's the point of Feebas, to look pathetic. Because Milotic is the opposite. So here we go, one of my favorite water-type Pokemon. Milotic. Haven't seen this since Primal Clash, I'm pretty sure. And that Primal Clash Milotic was good. Unfortunately, I didn't get to use it much. At all, to be honest, but whatever. So this Pokemon has 120 HP. Okay. Compassion. Choose one of your bench Pokemon with any damage counters on and return that card and all cards attached to your hand. One of these useful support attacks once again. It seems that Milotic, in recent times, I would say since fucking 5th generation, has been a support Pokemon basically. It doesn't do like much. He's not really an attacker anymore. Kinda sad. Or does other shit. It just used as a support Pokemon. But yeah, this is a support attack. It can come up. Um, I don't know, man. It can save your ass. But you're wasting your attack. Mm, but yeah, if you use this on a severely damaged GX or EX, it definitely is good. And Ocean Cyclone. This is a damaging attack, actually, now that I look at it. It does 80 damage and 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That's rather sad, though. I wish it was... it required only 3 water energies, because this is almost the same attack as the basic Kyogre from Primal Clash. I think that Kyogre required 3 water energies and 1 colorless. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 2 water and 2 colorless, like Milotic. But yeah, this is a stage 1. It's also sets, lots of sets after Primal Clash actually. So I wish it was like 3 energy at least. But this is Milotic. The art is nice. This sea looks like some very beautiful, like the rainbow is glistening on it or some, looks like some galaxy shit. Very nice. It's gonna be a beautiful card if it comes as a rare holo. Alright, and we've made it to Regice as well, so there's only one dude left, Regirock. Very cool Regice art. This is possibly the best looking one. Well, maybe Regirock looks better, but I think Regice looks the best now that I look at it. Okay, so this Pokemon. 130 HP, very good. 3 retreat, standard for the Regis. Metal weakness. Iceberg formation. If you have Regirock on your bench, this Pokemon will not receive damage or effects from attacks from your opponent's stage 2 Pokemon. So you guys can see this is pretty amazing. GX Pokemon are stage 2 Pokemon as well, Big guys like Gardevoir and Incineroar GX. I don't know why I thought of this dude, but you guys know. You guys know this is a good ability. So if you have just Regirock, it doesn't need the other guys too. He will not receive any damage from Stage 2 Pokemon, whether they be GX or regular Stage 2 Pokemon. This is incredibly powerful, you know? It has a lot of how can I say it? It has a lot of not room, but it covers, yeah, it covers a lot of Pokemon. It can cover a big number of Pokemon. So it will be active a lot of the time. Now, yeah, Stage 1 Pokemon, they're not going to care. Basic Pokemon, they're not going to care. But this is definitely a very good ability to have. It's going to give it survivability, give it, this sort of immunity. And like I always say, these sort of abilities, depending on an opponent's deck, you can just straight up win just because of them. You guys saw, if you saw my expanded tournament with Alolan Ninetales, just because my opponent had that Pokemon and didn't have any other attackers, it didn't matter how much advantage I have, I ended up losing. Frost Smash, 70 for 2, DC compatible. I would have liked if it was 80 or 90, but, you can't really complain, it's still workable. The ability is too good. It's only a basic Pokemon. Very nice. Very cool, very cool. I can't wait to get it. So we got a Pikachu here. Draw a card. Alright, looks very cute. I'd like to look at that more, to be honest, but I have to hurry here. Alolan Raichu. Okay, so for our fucking Raichu, I can't believe this Pokemon has 2 retreat. It's crazy, but whatever. Search Surfer, if there's any stadium card in play, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. Oh, great. So you're doing the whole Swellow thing from... Well, this is better than the Swellow thing they did in Legends Awakened, but I don't like these things because it could have had free retreat since it's a Alolan Raichu, but instead they're gonna waste its ability on giving it the potential to have free retreat. So that's shit. I don't like these things. But okay, this is what it has. I guess it's something. And Psychic, 70 for 3 attack, but does 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So this is like the Psychic attack Uranguru and Espeon GX use, which it's a strong attack. Since it's also fully colorless, it's going to be very easy to power up. Even though this is a lightning Pokemon, you can use this pretty much anywhere. So it's going to make a very good tech Pokemon. So despite the bad thing that I've said with, the retreat and the ability, I'm sure this Pokemon is going to end up being kind of good, honestly. The art is very nice too. Alola modeled after Hawaii. Pretty cool. It does 10 more damage instead of 60 that Espeon does, but does 20 more damage instead of 30 that Espeon does. So it can be worse and it can be better in ways, but for the most part, I think it's worse. I mean, of course, Espeon GX is a GX Pokemon too. The reason why I say this is because you never want to do 70 for 3 and 60 for 3 and whatnot. You want your opponent to have a bunch of energies so you can take advantage of the extra damage. And this is why the attack can become good. But this is definitely a good attack, for sure. So Misdreavus, nothing special here. Mismagius, I think I read this guy too. He wasn't really that special either. He can do some shit, but... Oh no, wait. It actually has something special, I remember. It has Chaos Wheel. I'm thinking of another Mismagius here from older sets, but whatever. So Mismagius has, pretty decent stats. 110 HP, stage 1. Got the fighting resistance. They're never gonna have colorless, it seems. The ghost Pokemon now. A 1 retreat cost, cool. Weak to dark, okay. Chaos Wheel. 1 energy attack. It does 30. So that's cool. But your opponent will not be able to play Pokemon Tool Special Energy and Stadium cards next turn. So this is basically Giratina's EXs from Ancient Origins. Very costly attack that did 100 damage. Basically the same shit, quicker version. So this is definitely heavy disruption. And it's a stage 1. Um, because of only 110 HP and not super amazing damage, I'm not sure if this Pokemon will be all that great, but I think it will see play. People will try and find ways to make it work because there's a lot of cards here you can't play. Pokemon tools, special energies, and stadiums. I mean, of course, it's not as broken as items, but in the right scenario, I think Giratina proved that maybe blocking these things is better than just blocking items. And Black Magic, this makes it actually even more playable because Black Magic is a good attack as well. It does 20 damage times the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So this is the exact same attack that Salamence from Roaring Skies has. And it's double colorless compatible. This is a very cool Pokemon, I will say. The art is very beautiful too, Castlevania-like. You got this sort of snowy background here. I think it's snowy. You got the trees here, pine trees. At least they look like pine trees to me. You got the moon there, and you got Miss Mages. Very cool. If it's a rare holo, it's gonna be a beautiful card. And I think it's playable. Is as good as Stage 1 Pokemon can be, I think. That are not GXs and stuff. 110 HP is good. Pokemon like this, like Miss Mages, they can't have like 130 and 140 like Camerupt and other dudes have. So I think it's as good as it can get for this guy. Um, it has potential. Both attacks are kind of good, and it will have potential. It would have helped if we had a stadium like, I don't remember what it's called, Training Center, I think, that gave all Stage 2s and Stage 1 Pokemon 30 more HP or 40 more HP. But, you know, it is what it is. So we got Spoincures glowing and shit. Wow. And let's look at Grumpig. This is just an average Pokemon, pretty straight. Has an ability that doesn't let it be confused. Okay, you don't have that worry, but that's not gonna be what makes you pro. And Psy-Up, 60 for 3. During your next turn, it's gonna be 120, so I guess you'll be doing 90 average if it lasted active for 2 turns, and from then you can do 120, but it's not really good. The art is kind of shit too, but it's fucking standing in the water. That's cool. The background is good, but not the Pokemon. I'm not a fan of, like I said, this kind of art, but whatever. Okay, so we got another Oranguru, and you reminded me of Tarzan for some reason now. I don't know why, but anyway. So Forest Repairs. Reveal 3 Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile and put them in your hand. So I guess this is going to give you tool recovery if you want to use this with Gorgeist. They also coincidentally also live in the forest. I wonder. Uh, this Pokemon, at least it's a basic. You know, this support attack, it's better since it's a basic. It's a basic Pokemon. And Zen Headbutt, 3 for 70. Uh, cool looking Pokemon, I'll say. The art looks cool. It's not going to be super playable, I think, but maybe someday something makes it use forest repairs and repair forests. Get to do his shit. Alright. Nihilgo GX. I hope I'm not making this too rambly for you guys, but I decided I want to cover everyone in one video. This isn't everything, actually. Our English set is going to have probably exclusives too. I think, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they included everything here. Okay, so Hollow Light. Okay, so Nihilgo GX. Once per turn, when you play this card from your hand to your bench, your opponent's extra Pokemon is poisoned and confused. So this is already broken. This is just a basic GX Pokemon. It's not an evolution or anything. 180 HP is standard, is good enough. The retreat is 2, okay, doesn't have any resistance, but being weak to psychic, so standard stuff, so its stats are good. And with Hollow Light is already good, in my opinion. Lock up, 3 for 120, and has the useful effect of not letting your opponent's Pokemon retreat. So Switch, of course, is always around, and good players use that, have that available at least, and have ways of retreating without having to manually retreat. But this is a useful effect to have always, I think. It can win you the game in the right situation, and 3 for 120 is good enough. So this is already good. It has a useful ability and a good attack that you can use. But Parasite GX is where things get fucked up. So um, Kartana GX lets you grab a prize free. This Pokemon, what it does is you add the 2 top cards of your opponent's deck to their prize cards. So basically you fucking set them back. This is what you do, basically. You basically set them back. So this is gonna be kind of slow. It needs 3 energy, but I mean, dude, broken ass attacks here. Like, the same shit that I've said with Kartana GX. It's basically similar things. Um, Obviously, you need 3 psychic energies. That's no easy fit to put these 3 psychic energies on. But potentially, this can be even better than drawing 1 prize card or just trying to do things quickly, because your opponent is going to have to not get 2 more prizes. So either kill 1 more GX Pokemon, so this can bring you back in the game, maybe, or just straight up knock out 2 Pokemon. So yeah, this can be something. I mean, I'm fucking glad it wasn't like 3 prizes, because then it would have straight up been use this GX attack. But even so, put 2 prizes, it's gonna be tough. It's it's definitely something that might see play. I don't know, like I've said, maybe it's gonna become too broken. Maybe the Pokemon Company will eventually ban this. I have no idea. It is a GX attack. You're only gonna be able to do this once. I mean, unless maybe someday they make it a concept that you can use the GX attack twice or something. You never know what they're gonna do. Sometimes they do things they don't realize what they're doing and they end up abandoning the cards. I don't know, but this is straight up a very good GX Pokemon, one of the best GX Pokemon in this set, I feel like. Hollow Light is very good. Straight up Poison and Confusion. I'm pretty sure this is gonna have amazing combos and expanded too. I can't really say anything bad about this card. It's just all around great. The stats are solid. Uh, both attacks are great. They have potential. Hollow Light is a great ability. It's just straight up a great Pokemon. I suppose appropriate for Nidhoggo GX. This is one of the coolest legendary Pokemon from 7th generation. Alright, so let's look at Mankey here. Nothing special either. Primeape. You look... Let me see what you look like. Looks nice. I like this kind of art better. Yeah. So low kick. A double colorless for 30, I guess. But it conflicts with Conflict Fight. How ironic. 2 for 90 during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon does 30 more damage. Yeah. Fast ass, strong damage. 2 for 90, but I don't think this Pokemon is going to cut it. 90 HP is already low, and if you're going to give your opponent the opportunity to do more damage, you might as well use Passimian and ditch a tool from your hand and do 90. I feel like. Yeah. Alright. And we made it to Regirock. So this along with Regice, I think they look the best. This fucking looks cool as fuck too. Regirock and Regice haven't looked this cool since like either the EX series or maybe DP. I'm gonna straight up say this. Now granted they haven't had that many prints anyway, but yeah. So this Pokemon, 130 HP, the same bottom stats with the retreat and weak to grass. So his ability, Rocky Mountain Beat. Uh, Alright, that's a name. Rocky Mountain Beat is like it's some hip hop shit or something. Like, is this some kind of music beat? Anyway. Or just you're gonna beat the Rocky Mountains. Anyways, so all of your Registeel's attacks do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So think about this. This is like similarly to the Plasma shit where you had uh, Plasma Deoxys adding 10 damage to all of your Plasma Pokemon, so I guess, okay, that's different. And you have Thunderous EX doing damage and grabbing shit from the discard pile too, grabbing any energy actually. So this is good. This is straight up good. These are basic Pokemon too, only given one prize. If you have a bunch of these out, like maybe you're gonna have to, because you need the space for, I guess, Regigigas and Regice too. Perhaps, you never know. Maybe you don't want to use Regigigas at all. Who knows? You can just use the Regitrio too, and that's great, to be honest. Maybe that's an even better concept of a deck. It's gonna be more consistent. But if you have a bunch of these, you can add up the damage nicely. If you got two, all of a sudden, Registeel is doing 50 for one before any other add-ons like Choice Band and stuff. And you're grabbing energy too. So this is a very real deck in my opinion. I'm definitely going to try this if I get the cards. For once, these guys may be good, like used together. I mean, they were good in the Regigigas deck from Stormfront. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Maybe they're going to be even better now. Maybe they can do something. I think they're easier to use this way. I mean, it is hard. It is going to be hard to use the Regigigas with these guys too. But if you decide not to include Regigigas, they're definitely easier to use on their own. All right. So this extra damage is going to be cool, like I've said. And he has a good attack too that you can use Registeel to power up. Hard Swing is going to do 110 for 3 and not affected by resistance. And you can also use Strong Energy. Now I don't know how you're gonna mix mix metal, water, and fighting energy in the deck. I guess this is some of the difficulty, but maybe you got some rainbow energy or other energies. I don't know, but definitely this guy is good. Looks very cool. The art, like I've said, they have potential. They definitely do. They obviously have a lot of synergy together, and I can't really think of anything else to say. Yeah, to be honest, they're distracting me downstairs too. This is what happens when you live with other people. But anyway, let's not talk about random bullshit. Um, yeah, basically you use Registeel, you power up your Regirock, you power up your Regice. Depending on the situation, Regice might be enough in your game. And you know, maybe you want to use Regigigas to power that dude up. He's gonna fuck motherfuckers up as well. And Hard Swing, like I've said, is a very good attack for 3. Not affected by resistance is a useful thing to have. And the 10 more damage is good. It would have been better if it did it to all the Regis, if it applied to Regice and Regigigas as well, but it is what it is. Okay. Come on, come on. Alright, so nothing special about stuff also. Beware, whatever. the first fighting Beware, or Beware. I'm gonna call it Bearware, I think. That's better. This is the first fighting one we get. This guy also has a lot of prints, like Salazzle for some reason. Even though he's one of the shittiest 7th generation Pokemon, I think. But anyway, so Fluffy. So damage received over this Pokemon by your opponent's fire Pokemon is reduced by 30. So this is inferior to Thick Fat because other Pokemon do this and they resist fire and water, or just two types of energies instead of one. But I don't know, I guess we'll see the attack too. Cross Cut. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack does 60 more damage. Okay, so yeah. Unlike those other Pokemon though, they usually have shit attacks, I think. This has a 120 attack basically against evolution Pokemon. And since it's a fighting Pokemon, you get to use strong energy too. Possibly won't be enough to get one-hit knockouts on GX and EX Pokemon since it's only 120, but I guess you can do stuff with it, definitely. So a good little tech Pokemon once again. In fighting decks too, it might be good. Also against fire decks, you know. It's got 130 HP. Pretty cool, I guess. Okay, we got Houndoom. Nothing special here, but it does look cool. Houndour. This is Houndoom. Alright. Haven't seen these guys in a while. Well, we've seen them in Breakthrough, and he was good then. So I guess maybe they're not going to make him this good here. And yeah, so works on Darkness Energy, but applies Burn. Fire Fang is 30 for 2. Your opponent's active Pokemon is burned. Solid enough, I guess. Not going to cut it, but whatever. And Penetrating Fang, 90 for 3, not affected by resistance. It's double colorless compatible. It's alright. Alright, Pokemon. I still feel like if you're going to use, you know, these sort of stage 1s that do 90 for 3, that you use DCs and stuff, you'd use things like, well, Catkern that we saw right in the beginning is great. And even Gliscor is better than this. Okay, so got a Hydreigon here too. Oh, come on. So here we have a Hydreigon. His art is pretty unique. We don't usually see him from this angle, flying like this. He looks like a completely different Pokemon, to be honest. Yeah. Kinda looks, I don't want to say ugly, but whatever. Okay, so this is a stage 2 Pokemon, 160 HP, very good. His stats are pretty standard for dark Pokemon, weak to fighting, resistant psychic, whatever. So sift through. Once during your turn, you may choose 3 bench Pokemon. Discard the bench Pokemon and all cards attached that were not selected. So this is kind of like, I don't think it works with your opponent. It would be broken. Maybe if you did this, if you could do this every turn. It works with your guys. So I guess what you can do is get rid of damaged Pokemon or get rid of support Pokemon like Tapu Lele once you use them. I personally think that Tapu Lele is definitely worth it to keep around on the bench since the damaging attack can come up. But I guess if you used Shaman or other shitty, you know, EX Pokemon or GX Pokemon that have strong supporting effects, but then they just kind of sit there and are sitting ducks with the lower HP, maybe. And yeah, there's some strategies you can do with this. I'm pretty sure it's going to see some play. It's going to be used in stuff. Like I said, worst comes to worst, you just get rid of your damage, guys. And yeah, wow, actually, this goes perfectly with Darkrai GX from Burning Shadows, since that dude can revive himself basically free and grab a Darkness Energy too. So yeah, Darkrai GX Hydreigon automatically. If you guys want to try a deck with these two guys, automatically I'm going to say it's a strategy. They have potential, I think. We'll see. And Dark Destroy. You may discard an energy attached to this Pokemon, and if you do, discard an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, and it's a 3 for 120 attack. Not gonna win any records, but I guess it's decent. You'd use this for the ability. The Hydreigon has had better attacks in the past, but I guess they were more costly too. Um, this basically is faster with 3 instead of 4, and the Dragon's Exalted one had to do 140. And if you ditch one, you actually ditch one of your opponent's one. So this is a good attack. It's one of the better Hydreigon attacks. For a supporting Hydreigon too. It seems he always has some sort of ability. Okay, Guzzlord GX. I think this is the last one of the GX dudes. This is also one of the cooler legendary guys. I liked his little quest that he was in the cave. It was pretty cool. But sadly, I think this Pokemon won't be that amazing unless you build your deck around him. So 210 HP stage. Oh, actually, it's not a stage 1. It's straight up a basic GX. Wow. So this is the biggest, like, non-Wailord EX/GX give 2 prizes basic Pokemon we've seen. It's bigger than the Team Aqua's Groudons, bigger than the 190 guys. Yeah, he is big as fuck. I just realized how big he is, to be honest. So yeah, the HP is straight up very good. The retreat cost is high as fuck, of course, for a big ass fat motherfucker like this that wants to eat every fucking thing forever. Damn. It would fuck the whole planet up, having a black hole for a stomach. But yeah, eat sloppily. Great name. You discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If any of these cards were energy, attach them to this Pokemon. So this can straight up be amazing, attaching 5 energies, or you can just basically waste your deck, ditching cards from your deck, 5, mind you. Now, there's obviously cards that let you arrange your deck and stuff, so I'm pretty sure there might be a strategy with this dude. If you can pull it off, both of the following attacks are broke as shit, but yeah, you're gonna have to design your deck to arrange the top cards of your deck if you're gonna use Eat Sloppily and use the following attacks, the other attacks of this guy, because they both need 5 energy and they are costly as fuck. Damn. So yeah, this is basically used to accelerate energy on your ass. And Tyrannical Hole, 5 freaking energies, but does 180 damage. Straight up, no cost, just clean 180 damage. It just costs shitloads of energies. Okay, so yeah, that's basically it. If you manage to get the energies with a choice band, killing a lot of you're getting a lot of significant KOs in one hit. Like I've said, the thing is, it's going to be to attach all the energies on this dude. And Glutton GX, freaking 5 darkness energy. Wow, it will not be easy at all to get all these fucking energies on this dude. But exactly 5 darkness. But anyway, so Glutton GX, it only does 100 damage too, which is crap. But the thing is, if your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out by this attack, you take 2 more fucking prizes. So these guys, all of the GX guys in these sets, they're all about manipulating prizes in broken and unfair ways. Like, if you do this on, like, let's say they leave man, this makes it even more like anti-hate for the smaller stage ones and basic Pokemon, because if you leave those guys active and this dude kills them, you gave up 3 prizes for nothing. Like, it's pretty unfair, it's pretty fucked up. I mean, I guess it is the GX attack. So yeah, if you kill a GX or EX Pokemon with this, 4 prizes. So that is amazing. It's not just limited to EX or GX Pokemon. It would have been good if it was like that still, but straight up, any Pokemon, yeah, it's gonna do shitloads. It's gonna be very broken. It puts you very ahead. You're only gonna be able to do this once. You can't do this all the time like Lugia AX from Plasma. But yeah, at least Lugia took only one more prize. This dude takes two. But yeah, you do this right, you fucking win. It's gonna win you the game. It's gonna be a cheap win. It's gonna be a quick win. Whatever. Uh, right. So I can't say much about this Pokemon. It's pretty self-explanatory. You eat sloppily and you hope to power him up. Maybe if they would ever give us a way to accelerate darkness energy, he's good. In expanded, you can use Dark Patch, but you got no chance. Even with Dark Patch, you will not be able to quickly power this guy up. 5 energy is fucking too much. Um, I guess Tyrannical Hole you can use DCE too, but it's too much for Dark Patch. I mean, it would be too fucking much with something like Electric or Blastoise and shit, so you're really gonna have to arrange your deck and use Eat Sloppity to like instantly get the 5 energy on, and then since the dude is probably gonna survive with all this HP, Tyrannical Hole is gonna fuck motherfuckers up. And you have this fallback strategy with the Glutton GX. So this is a Pokemon that has potential if you get the energy, he's good. If you can't get the energy, this is going to be another one of those guys that can do a lot of shit, but because he costs so much, he didn't manage to do anything in the game. Art is pretty cool once again. So we got Xerneas here. Didn't see an Evoltal. I don't know if we're going to see him later. But this is a very good fairy Pokemon and support Pokemon in general. So lead, you search your deck for a supporter, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So yeah, kind of useful in the beginning. Now, things like Tapu Lele outclass these guys to shit, but not everyone is going to have access to Tapu Lele, and this is good. This is a basic Pokemon. It can also attack Bright Horn. It's going to straight up do 130 for 3, and he actually works perfectly with Florges now that I think about this Pokemon from Breakthrough. If you want to use it, it won't be easy, but it's nice. It's definitely nice. Thanks to the Fairy Stadium, the Fairy Pokemon always have amazing synergy. The Fairy cards, they just go together always. Are you going to retreat with the Fairy Stadium? You bypass Bright Horn. Pretty good. Resisting Dark as it does. Weak to Metal. 130 HP basic Fairy Pokemon. I'm pretty sure Fairy decks will welcome this Pokemon with open arms. It's going to be a very good Pokemon to use. Or at least consider. Okay, Alolan GX. Alolan Exeggutor GX. So this is the Lax GX, I think, and is a good one. It's fucking dragon. I can't believe Exeggutor is a dragon, dude. Uh, I guess the Pokemon company is trolling us, but in a good way. I think I kind of like it. It's a nice little troll. And it definitely looks much better and much cooler than the regular fucking Exeggutor. I'm gonna admit, I'm gonna say this. So this dude has good ass attacks. Tropical Head does 40 damage times the number of energy attached to this Pokemon to any of your opponent's Pokemon. So this is a snipe attack, and it can be a quick snipe for 40. If you got 2, it's going to be a snipe for 80. If you got 3, it's just a straight up 120 snipe to anybody. That puts Tapu Fini's snipe attack to shame. So this is a good attack. It's definitely good because you can use it early, and it gets better as time goes on if you attach more energy. So this is a good attack for sure. Dragon Hammer does 120 for 4. Would have been better if it was 3, but I guess it has the auto confusion. Solid, I guess. And Tower Go Round GX. This is a 180 for 4 energy attack, and you can move any energy from this Pokemon, excuse me, to any of your other Pokemon. So yeah, You're gonna use this once, but yeah, you use this, do the 180 damage, then you move all the energies, and even if they kill him, you saved all the energy. So this is definitely a very good GX attack. Dragon Hammer is decent. Tropical Head, I think, is a much better attack. Most likely, you're always going to use Tropical Head. You're never going to use Dragon Hammer, I feel like. Uh, it's just much better. It doesn't apply weakness and resistance for bench Pokemon, but it doesn't matter. 220 HP, very good for a Stage 1 GX. It's no Gyarados HP, but is more than enough. 3 Retreat, weak to Fairy, and damn, actually, if Dragon Energy was around double Dragon Energy too, the GX attack is even quicker. Wow, yeah, it makes the first attack better too. You can do 120 much quicker. So this is very good and expanded. I'm pretty sure that sooner or later they're gonna reprint double Dragon Energy. I could be wrong, but they should do it because Dragon Pokemon don't have anything for themselves, like straight up. They don't hit anything for weakness, and yeah, it's just the only thing they had for them was double Dragon Energy. So this is even better in expanded, I feel like. Maybe. I guess it gets better with double Dragon Energy in expanded, but in expanded there's a lot of available shit too, so there's more competition. But even without it, in standard, I feel like this Pokemon is going to be good. It's a Dragon Pokemon that uses Grass Energy, so yeah. It actually would have been better if it was Grass, because now you just use Grass Energy, but you won't hit anything for weakness. So thank you, Pokemon Company, but it's a good Pokemon either way, hit for weakness or not. And here we have Dragon Pokemon. Like I said, yeah. Dragon Pokemon, they require usually dual types of energies, so that already makes them harder to use. And they're usually not that amazing. They're either, yeah, they fucking nerfed them in the games and in the TCG. I mean, fucking hell. Why do you do this? Uh, the only thing they had was double Dragon Energy, pretty much. Going for them. Alright, so whatever. 160 HP Dragon Pokemon, that's good. Warcry. If you have less Pokemon on the field than your opponent, this attack does not any more damage. Okay, so you can control this with not much difficulty, I feel like. Now granted, you can put yourself in a dangerous position, not having a lot of Pokemon. But 120 for just a DCE, this is bloody fantastic. This is a very good stage 2 just for this. And clanging scales or clanging scales, I'm not sure how to pronounce this uh, word. Don't see it every day. Clanging, whatever. During your next turn, any damage on this Pokemon is increased by 30. So damn shame. It does 130 for 3, which would have been hard to use since it requires lightning and fighting. But you fucking open yourself up to more damage. So yeah, not that amazing. The first attack is good though. You would use this for the first attack. Miltank, this is also kind of good. I remember I read this pretty early in the early scans. So Moo Owl. Whenever you attach an energy from your hand to one of your Pokemon, you heal 90 damage from that Pokemon. This is heavy ass healing shit. Um, this Pokemon, I don't really know if it's gonna become like a universal tech in any deck. It's a lot of healing. Every time you attach something, you heal 90. I feel like this card might shift the game around. I really don't know how it's gonna play out. Uh, Maybe it's not as broken as I think, but just reading this like this, it just seems like a very broken very broken ability. It just seems like Pokemon are not gonna die. It just seems like one-hit knockouts are gonna be even more important. You're either getting one-hit knockouts or you're not doing shit. Might even be worse than Max Potion. Wow, the attack doesn't really matter. It's a 60 for 3 that has the potential to do 90 if you flip heads. But Mumu Al, he doesn't have to be active. Maybe there's an error in the text. Maybe he has to be active. I don't know. It would make sense for that to be this way because if this guy is on the bench and you just heal 90 damage every time you attach an energy to one of your Pokemon, he's just broken. Uh, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Swablu, Swablu, Swabble. I call it with both names. Swabble. Anyway. So Altaria, very nice art, very beautiful dragon. A lot of Pokemon people hate this Pokemon. I think it's cool, whatever. Uh, it's not that amazing. Dragon Melody, you flip a coin, if heads, you search your deck for a Dragon Pokemon, put it on your bench. I guess if you flip heads, it's straight up, you can grab whatever the hell. A Stage 2 or Mega Evolution or whatever, GX Stage 2, whatever Dragon Pokemon, any Dragon Pokemon. So that's cool, but you have to flip heads, and it's also Stage 1. Yeah, gimmick stuff. And Cotton Guard, 1 for 30. Any damage onto this Pokemon is reduced by 30. Should have been reduced by 50 or even like 60 or whatever for this to be even kind of decent, since 90 HP is shit, and since Cotton Guard is a very defensive attack in the games, I feel like they should have made it be more defensive, like you reduce more damage, especially since these tactics are always shit. They're never very reliable. But yeah, resisting fighting, got a lightning weakness. It's colorless, kind of standard. So bundle buy here. You don't do anything, you just mud shot. Art looks kind of cool, okay. So Diggersby, Ugly Fucker. Fit panel effects, next turn. Yeah. I just now realized that I didn't skip a lot of Pokemon, but anyway, I guess this is going to be a full set review. So Dash Pouch, when this Pokemon this card is attached to goes to retreat, put the energy cards used to it in your hand. Floatstone is better. I'm just gonna straight up say this. Uh, maybe if it maybe when it retreats, maybe if it rotates out Floatstone, this might be good, but yeah. I feel like people are just gonna run more Switch. I know I would. Because you don't want to waste energy. You just want to switch your dude and keep the energy around. You don't want to put it in the hand, since you don't want to ever retreat and lose the energy. Just in very specific situations. But yeah, Digger Speed doesn't do much. Just a 60 if you flip heads. You get no damage, I think, whatever. And just 90 and mill your opponent's stuff in the deck, whatever. Just shit, whatever. So lose them in. This chick gets a supporter. She's a pretty cool chick, I think, pretty crazy, but I'm always attracted to psycho chicks for some reason. Yandere and stuff. I haven't watched anime in a long time. I don't watch a lot of anime anymore, damn it. I want to, but no time. Anyway, so reveal 2 stadium or supporter cards from your discard pile, put them into your hand. So this reminds me a lot of Aaron's collection. If you guys know that card from Rising Rivals. It wastes your supporter for the turn, but it's recovered to the hand instead of the discard pile. We don't have VS Seeker, so maybe this card can be good. Uh, I guess maybe you want a stadium. I don't know which stadium you'd want so bad that you use a supporter to get. But it's definitely a useful supporter that you can see play. In my opinion, is much better than something like Zerasic or, other useless ass supporters that we had. Zerasic was only kind of useful as a tech when item lock was very prevalent with What was it called? Seismitoad EX, but I don't feel is a good enough card to use. Uh, these days we got Gladion, which are super shit, but I feel Lusamin, you won't run it in every deck, but it's good enough. In the correct cases, is a good supporter, I feel like. Okay, we got Hollow Sea. Pokemon do not heal from special effects when they evolve or devolve. Basically, that's it. Uh, I don't feel this is a good enough stadium to spend your stadiums on just when you evolve. Okay, they're not gonna lose the heal from poison and shit, but I don't know. I guess maybe if you use a poison inducing deck and you don't have any better stadiums to use, but whatever. So Decayed Wasteland. Now this is a good stadium though. So damage done to opposing Pokemon from Dark or Dragon Pokemon is increased by 10. Yeah. So this is good. This gives some support to Dragon Pokemon, much needed, and even more support to Dark, not much needed. And you won't have to run the Chaos Stadium that does basically the same thing. The one that you flip it around and you choose either you want to do more darkness damage or uh, take less damage from steel metal Pokemon. I don't know, like Pokemon that have metal energies take less damage. Whatever, I don't remember, but this is pretty good. Darkness decks and Dragon decks will definitely use this. That 10 damage makes a lot of difference. Okay, so here's the counter energy. So, yeah. When this card is attached to a Pokemon, excluding a Pokemon EX or GX, so we go back to the EX era, yay. A lot of the broken energies from back then didn't work on EX Pokemon and stuff. So this is a similar thing. This is basically a rainbow energy, a double rainbow energy. Doesn't like mitigate your damage. You're not going to do 10 less damage and whatever. Is rainbow energy, double rainbow energy. So it's not just double colorless, it's double rainbow. So it's going to give great energy acceleration and ease of use, but you have to have more prizes than your opponent. So this is the whole counter thing that I was saying. So these cards that are great, the counter versions, you can use them for free as long as you have more prizes. This will definitely see play. Just gonna say this. And finally, guys, we're done. Let's look at the full arts for a bit here. Got Gyarados, looks pretty cool. I'm not sure how playable it's gonna be. Helgo, very, very nice. Looks fucking slick as hell. Guzzlord as well. Alolan Executor. Not as good. This looks kind of wacky. It's too wacky for my taste, but I'm sure people will like it. Get Lucimin. This chick is supposed to be like very old and she's young as shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention any more sexual, like, go too much. I guess just in case of teenagers and stuff watching my shit, I do swear enough anyway, as it is. So the double colorless energy. Uh, Wait, so this isn't counter energy, it's double colorless energy golden. So yeah, pretty much be prepared for this card to be expensive as shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna care for it. If I have it, I'm gonna use it. And you got the golden's water energy too. So yeah, guys, these are the sets. Maybe there won't be any other English cards because these sets are it's basically 120 something cards already. Uh, I covered everything for the most part. I don't think I've missed anything. Uh, I didn't skip any cards like I usually do. We just covered everything. So this is why I'm so tired, and this video is probably going to be 2 hours long. But this set, the GX Pokemon here are definitely stuff that they're going to get their place in the meta, probably. I don't know, but their prize sort of GX attacks that mess up with prizes and stuff are broken. Uh, there's Pokemon that have potential like Gyarados and Guzzlord. I feel like I don't feel this set is maybe as strong as Burning Shadows. I think Burning Shadows had better Stage 2 and Stage 1 Pokemon. Well, maybe not Stage 1, but definitely Stage 2s as a total. But definitely the Regis in this set are very real. Are going to be something to definitely consider. They can make a deck work with themselves. Well, it's the only way. They have to work with themselves. Obviously, Regice is a good tech overall. We're definitely going to be using this from now on. Like, literally, you put this in fucking, like, Primal Kyogre, and yeah, I'm not going to lose with that deck at all, I feel. Well, that's a pretty arrogant thing to say, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it's going to have another great tech. But yeah, Miltank, if this thing works from the bench too, I feel like we're at a... Yeah, this set might become too broken. But that's a set, guys. Uh, it's gonna come in November. It doesn't really have as many Pokemon that are my favorites. The Regis obviously are cool as fuck. Uh, some of the full arts and Pokemon are cool, but yeah, I do want to say that I do like Guardians Rising and Burning Shadows more, I feel. But who knows? My mind may change. I feel like this needed a few more Stage 2 Pokemon that I dig, or maybe some other trainers that are cool. It just has Lucem in here, and I guess the counter stuff is cool. I don't know. I guess it kind of seems a little drab, a little boring, but it honestly is a great set. It just seems like the sets keep getting better and better, or just straight up are good. I do want to say I do really like them as mages in this set. I think it's pretty cool. It's probably the best stage 1 from this set in my opinion. I mean, things like Melodic are going to be very beautiful. But I don't want to talk shit anymore. You guys may have even killed yourselves by now. Yeah, suicide jokes, not cool at all. Anyways, but I hope you guys enjoyed this very long fucking talk. Uh, Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys leave a like if you like these set reviews. I do them. I make them. They're pretty standard. I like to talk about all these cards. Probably would be better to maybe talk about cards individually as card of the weeks and stuff, but I like doing it this way, I think. It's cool. But yeah, share this with your friends. I think I gave some pretty good descriptions, and I'll talk about what the best cards are in this set. We might make another, we're definitely going to make, if more cards get announced for our English set, I'm going to make another video, kind of like I did with Burning Shadows, where I'm going to talk about the best cards and just a summary of the cards from this set as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends that want to know their shit. Like me, I think I know my shit. And what's up?